Hey everybody, it's Paul here. If you may have seen in some of my previous videos that I've very recently started a new business in Texas. I'm an insurance agent. I came out of the claim world where I was an adjuster, but now I'm on the selling side of things. And for a long time, a lot of my friends and acquaintances have asked me questions about insurance because I have licenses and I know these things. Most of the time on this vlog, we're talking about video games or Star Wars. I know, but part of the purpose is to talk a little bit about starting this new business and things I'm encountering. Well, on Friday we were hanging out with some guys, and one of the guys who was very young asked me about life insurance, and I get the most often the question I get with life insurance is, why do I need life insurance? Because we know why we get car insurance and home insurance. It's because the state makes us get car insurance and the mortgage company makes us get home insurance, right? Well, yeah, that's not really the reason why we should get insurance, but that's kind of the way we all think about it. And those insurances are putting such a drain on our finances, as well as everything else that's putting a drain on our finances, that we put aside life insurance, or we don't worry about life insurance, or we think that the little bit of life insurance we get at our job, well, that'd be fine. After all, no one's forcing us to get it. So in this case, the guy who asked me about it was young, in his early 20s, and so his main question is, well, what if I just put aside that the money that I would pay for life insurance, why don't I just put it aside and put it in a savings account for mutual fund or something for 50 years, and wouldn't I be better off at the end of the day like that? And you would be, assuming two things. First of all, that you would actually put that money aside. And hey, look, I mean, if you're good with doing stuff like that, good on you. Most of us aren't. But secondly, that assumes you have 50 years. And statistically, you probably do. And yet, we all know people who didn't make it that far and didn't get close. So the purpose of life insurance is not because we assume that we're going to die with our finances and everything in perfect order, and our loved ones we're leaving behind have an inheritance and everything taken care of. Life insurance is for the risk that we're all taking, that we're going to die when we're not in a good position financially, where we have left a mess behind, where we don't have enough in the bank account to even cover funeral expenses, and so that's now resting on our family's shoulders. But pretty much any insurance agent can tell you, 100 stories about people who have died when they were not expecting it, and life insurance kind of saved the day for the family that was left behind, who would have lost the house, or would have lost something, or couldn't afford the funeral or something like that. I prefer to just tell you to look at your own experiences. Chances are you've known about a story, whether it's happened in your family, whether it's happened in a friend's family, or what. You've known about a story where someone died, but everything was pretty much taken care of. And you've known about a story where someone died and it's a mess. So this is why we do a will. This is why we want to make sure that our affairs are in order. This is why we should get life insurance. And we want to do these things earlier rather than later, because while we all assume that we're going to live into our 80s, 90s, or even 100s, some of us won't. And while we shouldn't be obsessed with that fact, we should be aware of it. So what if you do get insurance when you're 20 years old, and then you do live to be 100? Doesn't that mean the insurance company wins? Yes, it does. And this is a principle about insurance that you should all know. You always want insurance to win. I have liability insurance on my car. That doesn't mean I want to get into a wreck. I want to pay my insurance company money every 6 months for the rest of my life and never have them pay a claim ever. Because even though I have the insurance, any sort of claim is going to be a giant inconvenience and a pain. And it's the same way with life insurance. Life insurance is there to take away the financial risk of an early death for you. You don't want them to pay out more than you pay them. You want to pay on your life insurance policy for another 50, 60 years and then have them finally pay out when you're very, very, very old and have lived a very, very happy life. So my encouragement for all of you is, first of all, if you don't have a will, get a will. If you don't have life insurance, look into it. Take a look at what you have at work. That's a good place to start, but also keep in mind, when you leave that job, you've left the insurance behind. And that there is a risk involved in that. So call up an insurance agent. Have them talk to you about it. There's no obligation to that, but you can get some options there. If you live in Texas, by all means, call us. We'll be happy to help you out. I'll put my contact information in the description box, but it's the Paul Lytle Agency. But please talk to someone. Make sure that you're covered in case you do die, and that way your family won't have that additional strain of trying to piece together your estate and make things work out. Thanks so much for watching, and hope you have a good day.